Hello there and welcome back. So in this video we will set up the database connection to MongoDB Atlas. We did the env file previously and we can extend this env file with a database host, and there we need to put in some informations and we will need this from MongoDB Atlas here. So we have a project set up here. We have a cluster running and we don't have any collections yet. We've made a database user. We can do this from database access. And before we create this connection string, we need to go into this network access and we need to decide how we should access the database, because we need to add an IP address that will be whitelisted for access to the database. So we can either add our current IP, which will allow us from just using this computer with this IP, or we can allow access from anywhere. So if we hit this one here, you can see it's going to add this generic IP address. We can also set a timeout for this that is going to be deleted automatically within a certain amount of hours. I'm just going to set it for this. We also have the password for the user, of course. And of course, if you are having some data in the database that are very critical, sensitive, you should think about this highly when you configure your database, if it is a production web application you're using. But for this project here, let's just put this and let's hit confirm. And then we will see that Mongo says we are deploying your changes, configuring it. We got this IP here, it is pending, so that's brilliant. Let's go back to our overview now. So we can hit connect. And then we have a lot of different options here. We can access using comprise, shell, a lot of different things, but we're going to use the driver. So we can access using a lot of different programming languages, including Node.js, and it has selected the newest version. So let's go with this, and you can also see it is giving us a connection string that we can use. So we can just copy this, or I can click this one over here, the button here, and we can hit done. So now we have a configuration set up for this. Let's go back to our web application. Let's copy this in here. So now we have a basic setup here for the connection string. We have MongoDB server, the database user that we created, which is the same as the database user in here. And then we can see it says DB password, and we need to change this, of course, to switch it out for the real password for the user. And if we go back to the DB user in database access, you see I'm just going to auto-generate a secure password and copy that I'm going to remove afterwards again. Let's say update user. So you can see it says deploying changes again. We can insert it here. I'm going to change this again here when we're done. So now we have the user and the password, and after this slash here we can type in the database name where we will have our collections in. So one thing could be webshop dev. Could be anything, whatever you decide you want to call your database in this cluster. And then we have the app name cluster 0 for our cluster in here, because it says 0 here. So very nice. So we set up the DB host on our env. We set up the connection string, username and password, the database, and we have given Mongo information about that we want to whitelist the IP address. Okay, so I think I'm gonna cut off this video here, and in the next one we will write the code to do a test connection to the database. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have fun. Bye-bye.